welcome Kaylyn-Janaye Heyward. Kaylyn is a freshman, pharmacy major, on the early assurance track who came to UB from her hometown with Rangeville, New York. Anybody from that area? Great. Passionate about UB since day one, Kaylyn is a Daniel Ecker Scholar, a member of the Pre-Pharmacy Club and Latin American Student Association, and will soon be leading one of our residence halls as an RA. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Again, my name is Kaylyn-Janaye Heyward, and it seems like just yesterday I was in these very stands, listening to these really important people speak to me about my future, feeling a little overwhelmed as I was still trying to decide what my future holds. But more on my story to you later. Firstly, I want to ask you all a few questions. By a show of applause, who has a parent who has attended UB? Loud and proud, come on, give up for your parents now. How many of you all are the first in your family to attend college? How many of you are not from New York, but another state or country? Loud, guys. I know it's early. I ask you these questions because the next step of your life can be very nerve-wracking, but you're not alone. You are all in this together, on this journey, and this is what connects you all. So feel free to say hello to the person sitting next to you, behind you, or in front of you, as they may be your future floor mate, roommate, classmate, or lifelong friend. Now, since you all told me a little bit about yourselves, it's only fitting that I tell you about myself. I am biracial, half Puerto Rican and half African American. I have 5 sisters and 2 brothers. Yeah, I know, big family. Imagine sharing a single bathroom with that many people. It was definitely every man and woman for herself. As a second semester freshman, I would love to tell you that I have perfectly transitioned to college without a bump in the road. However, that would be a lie, because I'm still transitioning into this new world. Honestly, though, college has been one of the most rewarding experiences I have had thus far in my life. Now let's have a flashback moment so you all can see where I have been and where I plan to go. As a little girl, my parents would call me the curious cat. I was always asking why, exploring anything I could get my hands on, most of the time to their dismay. Very early on in my young life, I experienced challenges. Being raised by a single father, being a responsible older sibling, having to pitch in order to help my father, limited the amount of after-school activities I could participate in, if any at all. I never lost my natural curiosity and love of learning though, and once I arrived at my high school, Arlington High School, I participated in anything and everything I could fit in my schedule. From marching band, where I was a section leader my senior year, the step team, where I was co-captain for my junior and senior year, theater, and the diversity committee, to name a few. For me, it was important that the college I attended had new challenges and adventures for me to embark on. When my guidance counselor suggested the University at Buffalo, the description of the institution is what pulled me and my family on the 6-hour journey to get a peek into what it would be like to live and learn while at UB. Upon arrival, I knew this could be the place where I would begin the next chapter of my life. The admissions team at UB has truly become my second family, helping me with any questions I had. They were all there with me, celebrating and taking photos as I put my deposit down. The connections I have made with the admissions team here allowed my father to be confident in the decision I had made, and allowed me to know that when I came to the University at Buffalo, there was a group of people that would be there for me as I transitioned into this new world. From the resources, the culture, the clubs and organizations to join, and the numerous opportunities available on campus, I knew that the University of Buffalo was where I wanted to be. However, for me, what set UB apart from any of the institutions of higher education, both public and private, was its people. From admissions to major advisement to the staff and the dining wants to know you, your story, and your goals. They want to make sure that you and your family are comfortable and confident when at this institution. They care about the part that they play in making sure that you succeed and all your questions get answered. This community here at Buffalo is unlike any of the other 6 institutions I was considering while on my college search. The diversity of people from different places, with different ideas, and with different stories create a community with an open dialogue, where everyone feels as though there is a platform where they can discuss different ideas and issues facing our society, different possibilities. Every day I am speaking with new people from new places and building life-lasting bonds with them as we are all walking this unpaved path together. Now let's talk about the good stuff, what I've been up to since coming to UB. I've really taken my time to adjust and learn the university. As an actor scholar, I have been able to step into the Buffalo community full force through participating in different workshops, community service, events, and learning some of the amazing people that have come from or to UB and created change. I joined the Latin American Student Association and their dance team, Alma, and just this past weekend, we took 3rd place in the International Fiesta Dance Competition right here on campus. Woo. It was an amazing celebration of the diversity here at UB. I'm also involved in the pre-pharmacy club, where I get to hear from older pharmacy students, get more experience in my major, and get useful tips for completing my 2 years of undergrad. As of this month, I have been hired to be a paraprofessional for the 2018-2019 school year. As a resident assistant, I will be a resource to students and be a positive support as they transition to this college. I am very excited to help students just like you all, and who knows, I may even be your RA. Lastly, I've attended football games, the Haunted Union, Homecoming Week, student union events, UB's very own concert series, Fall Fest, listened to the incomparable Malala speak in the Distinguished Speaker Series, and even had my fortune told, all at UB. There is always something happening, so be prepared for a very packed schedule of not only studying, but some amazing fun too. So as I begin to near the end of my time with you all, I would like to give you all some tips for the college process and college in general. Students, this is your journey. So as much as mom and dad have a list of questions they want to get answered, you should have one of your own. This list should include the resources you need on campus to help you succeed in your academics, the groups and organizations you're interested in that focus on matters that you care about, and some ideas to what you would like to see yourself accomplishing while at this university. Do not be afraid to approach different faculty members and students to learn more about the University of Buffalo from different perspectives, and keep those conversations going after meeting them. Everyone at UB is always willing to give their information out in order to keep that open line of communication. I met my very own mentor because my father decided to walk up to her after she gave her speech on Accepted Students Day. So yes, we're still gonna need our parents, because in the long run, they are just really looking out for us, but we probably will not admit it. If possible, visit different events here on campus, because there's always something going on and it gives you a sense of what it's really like to live at UB. Coming to college is really the beginning of a new chapter, so students, put yourselves out there and discover who you want to be. Lastly, as someone very close to me said, enjoy the stress. I know it sounds crazy, but it's fun figuring things out. Think about it. This is our last opportunity to avoid being a fully fledged adult. Enjoy the process and every step, because it's not always going to be this way. The University of Buffalo is not simply the next step of your life. It's the place where you learn who you will become and how you gain the knowledge to innovate change that will affect your community, your state, your nation, or the world. This institution has discovered the greatest secret of all. When different people come together with a common goal, the most groundbreaking, life-changing discoveries begin to be uncovered. I hope to see you all here next year at the University of Buffalo. Thank you.